Can you drink the chalice which I am going to drink? This is Father Jim Kelleher with Liturgy Prep for Wednesday, March 3rd. Today I'm going to focus on the Gospel where the mother of James and John asked Jesus if he will guarantee that her two sons can sit one on his right and one on his left. And Jesus responds by saying, "Your sons indeed will drink from the chalice I'm going to drink, but who sits on my right and my left, that is for those for whom the Father has prepared it." You and I must ask ourselves, can we drink from the chalice that Jesus drank for us? What does that mean? It means, can we embrace the suffering which Jesus allows in our life? Suffering, oh wow, that's something we all love to run from, isn't it? But you know what? Padre Pio said, if you knew what a gift suffering is in your spiritual life, you would actually ask God to give you more. That's astounding, isn't it? Ask God to give you more suffering. But see, Padre Pio understood that every moment of suffering in our life is an invitation to enter deeper into union with Jesus on the cross. Padre Pio had the stigmata, the 5 wounds of Christ in his hands, his feet, and his side. One day a guy asked him, "Padre, do those wounds hurt?" And Pio, who could be rather short and direct at times, said, "What do you think? Of course those wounds hurt." So Pio was experiencing the suffering of Christ continually. But he saw that as a gift because he knew how much Jesus had given for you and me. I mean, imagine yourself being nailed to a cross. Imagine yourself hanging for hours from a cross. This is a suffering which you and I really cannot even imagine. But Jesus did all this for us. He died on the cross. He gave everything for us on the cross, and he paid the price for our sins. So how do you and I respond to suffering in our life? How about when you and I get sick? I know sometimes when I get sick, I complain. But that's not really a good response to sickness. How about if when we get sick, we say, okay, what can Jesus teach me in this time of sickness? Maybe he wants me to slow down a little bit. Maybe he wants me to just be with him and think of all that he's done for me on the cross. And then how about when our friends or others betray us? What a terrible feeling, right? When we've been betrayed. What kind of anger that generates in us. What do we do though? Do we get more angry and retaliate? Or do we forgive? Forgiving those who have betrayed us is one of the greatest acts of freedom we can make. Because when we forgive them, we're entrusting them to God and God's mercy. And we're letting God's mercy touch us. And the mercy of God sets you and me free. And then what about persecution? Are you persecuted at all? Am I persecuted at all? Well, if we're not getting persecuted some, we're probably not really standing up for the faith. And I'd like to challenge us to stand up for life. Stand up for the little preborn children, the little girls, the little boys that are in their mother's womb. And no one's protecting them. They're being killed every day. What are you and I doing to help them? We need to be out in front of the abortion clinics praying. When you and I pray in front of an abortion clinic, our prayer reaches forth and touches the hearts of the people inside. And people inside these clinics have said when there's people outside praying, they can't really do their job because they get all confused. And some of them even convert, like Abby Johnson. So during this Lent, let's do some pro-life work. No matter who persecutes us, let us stand for life. Let us be the voice of those preborn children. And so you and I have a mission to go to the foot of the cross, to be there with Mary, to let Mary, with her powerful love, help us to stay at the cross and to be taught directly by Jesus so that we too can drink from the chalice of his suffering. Ave Maria.